Welcome to Mr. Sow's Math World. In this part, we will continue to discuss the sum of AS and GS, and this time we are going to discuss the formula of summation of a geometric sequence. Alright, so when we want to use it, we need to make sure whether the sequence is a geometric sequence, okay? So before we work on this example, so let's see, actually this one, if it is a kind of geometric sequence, okay? So in part A, this one you can see 2, 10, 50, and so on, dot, dot, dot. Then we want to make sure whether it is a kind of geometric sequence, so you can have a look on it. So for each time, we will multiply by 5. Multiply by 5. Okay? So please make sure you have the sense of having such kind of geometric sequence yourself. Okay? So this one, that means we have already made sure that for part A, this one we got a geometric sequence with the common ratio equals to 5. Okay? So this one, R equals to 5. So when we use it, we will save a couple of time. Okay? So we got the other one. Just like in part B, this time we multiply by a value which is smaller, right? So let's check. So T2 divided by T1, check it out, 729. 43 divided by 729 is also times 1 over 3. Okay, so that means this one, we also make sure that it is a kind of geometric sequence. When we make sure that the sequence is the kind of geometric sequence, so you can use the formula. So these two formulas are actually basically the same. Just we multiply -1 on both upper part and lower part of fraction. Okay, so we will use it when we choose the R for positive and negative, and just make it easier. So these two are actually the same. Alright? Okay, so let's see how it works. So in this one, you also have 3 important features. Okay, just like in arithmetic sequence, okay, we also have 3 important things, which is the first term, number of term, and common ratio. So we will need to do the calculation. Okay. So let's see, for example, 2.6, part A. So part A, this time you want to find sum of all the terms. So you just check the first term is 2, and we calculate out to be 5 just now. And then there are 7th term. Okay, so this is step 1. So after that, I want to find the sum of the terms. So part A, just need to write down sum of terms, means S7. Then substitute A, first term, times something. Okay, so this time you see from the question, I don't want to get negative value inside the bracket or in the lower part. Okay, so R is 5, which is greater than 1, right? So 5 minus 1 is positive, it's nice. But 5 minus 1, if you put it here, becomes 1 minus 5, becomes negative, so it doesn't look nice. So this time I will choose R minus 1. Okay, R to the power n, and then minus 1. Okay, so this is a very important thing to remember. So, and then you get the answer as shown here. So let's see how it works in part B. For part B, it is not difficult to see the first term is 2187, and then R we have just calculated to be 1 over 3, right? But we have no idea for the number of terms. So we need to have to use the formula of general term. That means how to find this term. Okay, see if you still remember for it. General term for geometric sequence will be A times R to the power n minus 1. Okay, so this one, the power is n minus 1. Please don't mix it up with the sum of sequence. Okay, then we can start to do the steps to find the value of n. Okay, so we have completed the first part. We find a, we got r, then we want to find the kth term. That means how many terms are there. All right, so put it inside here, a r to the power n minus 1, and calculate k equals 6. That means you will get 6 terms in the sequence. Okay, 6 terms in total. So after you know how many terms are there, so let me put it in the workbook also. Then we can substitute the things inside, right? So this time we chose to use the first one, 1 minus that one, because if I get 1 minus 1 over 3, we won't get negative. Okay, so a times bracket, the square bracket, 1 minus round bracket, 1 over 3 to the power 6. Remember, you must put a square for this one. Put the bracket before you put power 6. Okay, common mistakes. Some people will write something like this. You see, so this is obviously not correct. If you want to make it to be correct, then you have to add the bracket for this one. Okay, so make sure that this is perfectly correct for the bracket you have chosen. So after that, when you use a calculator, calculate the values of 1 over 3 to the power 6 first, this one, and also calculate 1 minus 1 over 3. Don't do everything in one time. You will make something very ugly and easy to get mistakes. Okay, so get the values 1 over 729. Okay, so this one 2 over 3, and with calculator then you can get the answer. All right, so please remember the formula for the geometric sequence, and then to use it to do further calculations. So let's look at example 2.7. So this time you can see the question have some different sort of information. The first one is the sum of the first 5 terms of a geometric sequence is negative 44. Okay, so from the first line you are given the information which is S5. First 5 terms. Okay, first 5 terms means from the first to the 5th term. Okay, which is equals to negative 44. So geometric sequence means we can use the formula for this section. Okay, so that means we know n equals to 5, and then it is given the common ratio is negative 2. Okay, as we know the way of the sequence and we know n and r, then we can just substitute into the formula to find the value of a. Okay, so the step is basically like this. So negative 44, put it here first, and then put it inside the formula. A times 1 minus negative 2 to the power 5. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you use round bracket or square bracket, but you need to remember how to calculate for the bracket inside for this one. Okay, and then you get a here times 1 plus 32 divided by 3 equals to 44, and you get answer of a equals to 4. Okay, so this is the first term. So therefore, first term is 4. Okay, so this is for A1. Alright? And then for A2, so let's give you the briefing. Okay, the sum from the 6th term to the 10th term. Okay, so remember we start from 10 terms here, but this one we start from the 1st term to the 10th one. So we need to minus the repeated one. So minus how many? I want to have first, second, sorry, I don't want this, right? We should start from the 6th term to find until the 10th term, okay? So this is S10, but I only want S6 to S10, right? So it means I want to cross out the first 5 terms. So that's why we need to minus S5 so that we are able to find the value of the terms from the 6th term to the 10th term. So let me show you the step. Here it is. Okay, so for S5, you're already given from the question, so that you have no need to redo this one. Okay, and then for S10 substitute, then you can get the value. So this is the answer. Alright, so finally we go to part B. Part B says that if the sum of the first k terms, I don't know how many, so I write down k here. So you get the value. Okay, find the value of k. So formula, we just make sure that we handle it. Okay, sum of the first k term of the sequence, and then the other keyword will be is. Okay, is, you must write equal, no other choice. And then write down the value. So after that, solve it to get the answer. So let's look at the set. Okay, so please be careful when you handle this kind of equation, because you have to first handle all the things outside the fraction carefully. Step 1. Okay, so after handling these two numbers, then 1020 over 3 divided by the numbers on the left to solve it, and then you will get negative 255. So we need to handle from the things outside and inside. Okay, and then this is the bracket, negative 2 to the power k. We cannot split it anyway. Okay, so keep this one, and then left hand side only we will have negative 2 to power something. So this one, just like what we've discussed in the last lesson, we need to make the right hand side to be negative 2 to the power something, and then we cannot take log, because we cannot put negative value inside the bracket to use the log. Okay, so after that, just solve it and then you can get the result. Alright, so that's the basic thing of arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence. So please make sure you make the time to remember the formula, and then you check how to find unknowns, and then how to find how many terms when you are asked to find for the sum of whatever kind of sequence it is. So that's the end of Mrs. O's Math World. See you next time.